Handicapper Steve here, handicapping the racing from Churchill Downs here on Saturday night, June the 14th, 2014. It is a special night program, post time 6 p.m. It is Stephen Foster night. Stephen Foster, New York. That's where the New York accent comes through. I'm going to handicap the state race view, races 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So let's get on to it. Today's sixth race, which is the Matt Win Stakes, grade 30 purse, $100,000 for 3-year-olds. Field of 7 going a mile and 1/16. And I'm going to go with 2-3 here. Number 2, Tapiture, 9-5. Rosen Napravnikin is in the saddle last time out. During Churchill Downs Mile Quarter on May 3rd in the Kentucky Derby. Finished 15th by 17.5 lengths. He was tight between and was forced out at the 7/8 pole. Stuff in a lot of traffic that they did break from the 14 hole. Then in the Arkansas Derby at Oakland Mile Nathan, April the 12th. Finished 4th by 7.25 lengths that day. He moved out to 4th to 5 wide. It was just empty that day. Did get a jockey change from Ricardo Santana to Joel Rosario. I don't think that ride was pretty good. Then the Rebel Stakes at Oakland on a fast going mile 16. Finished second by half length. He made a hole at the 3/16 hole, just outkicked that day. At Churchill, this horse 4-1 did win the Kentucky Juvenile Club Stakes last November. So going with this one. I'm also going to go with the 3-horse Rise Up at 3-1. Last time out, during Charlestown, St. Burling's on April 19th in the Hilton Memorial. Won that day by 10.75 lengths. He was on the rail and had mild urging. Won easily. I have to say that was a very impressive win. 99 Buyer, his best of his career that day. Then the Fairgrounds Mile Nathan Louisiana Derby on March 29th. Finished 10th by 22 lengths. He bumped at the break and was 5 wide the first turn. Did break from the outside from close position number 8. And then the Risen Star Stakes Fairgrounds Mile 16th on February 22nd. Finished 7th by 13.5 lengths. He ranked and stopped from Chase and just weakened that day. This horse did win the Delta Jack Pack last season in mile 16 at Delta Downs. Won by 6 lengths. He set the pace and drew off easily. This horse is going to set the pace. Now, the biggest question, can he handle the mile 16th distance? Did handle it at Delta, but at Churchill, this horse is 1-0. Finished 6th in last year's Iroquois Stakes last September. That's the question. Can this horse go on 16th and handle it? He'll be probably the speed, so recount my bets race number 6 from Churchill. I'm going to go with the 2-3. Now let's get on to race number 7 from Churchill. What is the Flor de Lis handicap? Grade 2 purse $200,000. Our fillies, mares, trios, and upwards going 1 mile and 1/8. We do have a field of 6 going 1 mile and an 1/8. And I'm going to go with 4-5. Number 4. Wait to get down to the page. Number 4, On Fire Baby. 8-5. Joe Johnson's in the saddle. Last time out, our Churchill Downs Mile 16th, May the 2nd, in a lot trial on stakes. Finished won that day by 2 3/4 lengths. He tracked 2 wide and was drew clear that day. Then at Oakland, Mile 16th, April 11th, in the Apple Blossom. Finished second by 1 1/4 lengths that day. He chased for a game second that day. Very nice race, I must say. Also got 98 Buyer. Then the Azari Stakes at Oakland Park, Mile 16th, March the 15th. 4th that day by 2 1/4 lengths. He was asked at the 3/8 hole on the outside. It was just empty that day. This horse hasn't run in this race yet, but finished second last year's La Triomphe Stakes. Won this year's race. 5-3 at Churchill. 3 wins and 1 second. So 4 out of the 5 have come to money. The only race that hasn't come to the money was the Kentucky Oaks back in 2012. Finished 5th that day. So going with this one, I'm also going to go with the 5-horse 50 Shades of Hay. 9-5. John Velasquez last time out. And Belmont Park 1 mile, May the 11th in the Ruffian Stakes. Won by 3/4 in length. He altered his course at the 3/16 hole and was rolling by that day. Then San Anita Mile 8th in the San Margarita Stakes on March 15th. Finished 6th by 7 lengths. He was on the inside duel, just weakened. And then Hollywood Park Mile 16th in the Bioko Stakes. Finished second by 4 1/4 lengths. Fouled the starting pole. So going with this one, so recount my bets race from Churchill Downs. Going to go with the 4-5. Now on to race number 8 from Churchill. What is the Stephen Foster handicap? Grade 1, purse $500,000. It's for 3-year-olds and upwards, going 1 mile and 8. We do have a field of 9 going ahead of the small 8 test. This is a win and you're in, actually, for the Breeders' Cup Classic, I believe. Yeah, the Breeders' Cup Classic. Mile and 8. And I'm going to go with the 1469 exact box here and do it for $1 here. So it's going to cost $12. Number 1, Revolutionary, 2-1 Mike Smith. Last time out, during a Pimlico month, 16th, May 16th, in Pimlico Special. Went by neck that day. He bumped that, pitched an angle at 5 wide and surged that day. 106 buyer that day. That was a very impressive weight draw race. The best buyer of this horse's career. And an Oakland mile and 8th, the Oakland handicap on April the 12th. Finished second by 3/4 length. He came out at the 8th point. He was just bothered that day. Then finished 7th in this year's Don handicap. I really like this horse here. I had a Churchill 1-0, but that Pimlico Special win was very impressive. So going with this one, I'm also going to go with the 4 horse here. We'll take charge at 5-2, Gary Stevens. Last time out, during in the Al-Shiba Stakes, Churchill Downs, mile 16th on May the 2nd. Did not run very good. Finished 6 by 10 quarter lengths. He's on the inside of the quarter pole, just lagged a bit. I don't think this horse likes Churchill. Has won 1 over. That was in last year's Clark handicap. I just don't think this horse. He trains here. This is his local base. I just don't think he likes the course. Then Oakland mile and 8th in the Oakland handicap, April the 12th. Finished first by 3/4 length. He was 4 wide at the quarter pole and repeated the drift. He drifted really badly to the point that he could have got disqualified that day. Then San Anita on the quarter, March the 8th, and then San Anita handicap. Finished second behind Game On Dude. He had a bit 3 wide at 3/8 pole. It was very lonely that day. I do like this horse here. Won the Clark handicap last season over this course, and finished second in the Breeders' Cup Classic last year. Going with this one here, I'm also going to go with the 6 horse, number 6. Let's get down to the page. Number 6, Departing at 9-2, Robbie Alvarado. Last time out, or Churchill Downs 1 mile official claimer on April the 30th. By 3/4 length, he shifted back and just waited that day and won easily. Then Remington Park mile 8th in the Oklahoma Derby on September 29th. Finished 4th by 5 1/4 lengths. Came up empty again that day. And then last year's Super Derby on September 7th at Louisiana Downs mile 8th. Finished first by 4 lengths. He was on the outside, steady clear. A 104 buyer that day, best of his career. So I'm going to go with this one here. And I'm also going to go with the 9 horse to complete my exact box. Prepare for relief at 8-1. John Velasquez last time out. During the Pimlico Special at Pimlico, mile 3/16th and May the 16th. Finished second by a neck that day. He's 3 to 4 wide and had an even bid between, and was very game that day. Number 6 fired. In the Oakland handicap at Oakland mile 8th on April 12th. Finished 4th by 3 lengths. He fell back 4 wide and just improved that day. And then Fairgrounds mile 16th in the Mineshaft Stakes on February 22nd. Finished 6 by 3 1/4 lengths. He's 3 to 4 wide at the second turn, just tired that day. 3-0 at Churchill. So I've never won over this course. So going with this one, so count my bets for race number 8 from Churchill Downs. Just Stephen Foster Stakes. Going with the 1469 exact box. The 1 horse is my top pick. So let's get on to race number 9. The 9th race from Churchill. What is the Regret Stakes? Grade 3, purse $100,000 for fillies, 3-year-olds, 1 mile and 1/8. We do have a field of 10, and I'm going to go with the 4 horse here. Number 4, a little bit sassy, 7-2. Lee Saez is in the saddle last time out. From Churchill Downs, mile 16th, May the 2nd, in the Edgewood Stakes. Won that day by 1 1/4 lengths. He was eager 2 wide in the duel and was drew clear that day. 84 buyer, tied best of his career. Then a Keeneland 1 mile on April the 6th in the Lounge race for $59,000. Finished second by 2 lengths. He pulled the speed and gave in. That was his first start of his 3-year-old campaign. And then the last start last year in the Chelsea Flower Stakes on Belmont Park 1 mile on October 27th. Finished 7 by 3/4 on length. He shielded in the stretch and had good energy. Was a closer that day by far. He was 11th early in the race, 11th to the 3/4 pole, 3rd from furlong from home, and finished second that day, so he was closing very well. I'm on 16th, this horse could have probably got it. So going with this one, so count my bets for race number 9 from Churchill Downs. Going to go with the 4. Let's get on to race number 10 from Churchill. It's actually an Arabian race. It's the president of the United Arabs of Emirates Cup, grade 1, purse $100,000 for Arabians, 4-year-olds and upwards. We do have a field of 7 Arabian horses going 1 mile on the 16th. I think last year or the year before was the first time they ran this race. The first time in the history of Churchill last year or the year before was when they first ever ran a Arabian race over this course. Field of 7 going posted. I'm going to go with the 3-4. Number 3, Swamp House. 5-2, Ricardo Santana is in the saddle last time out. Hasn't run since November the 1st, Sandy Park, mile 16th, in the same race, the President and UAE Cup. Finished 4th by 9 1/4 lengths. He's doing what had been in steady, just weakened that day. Then Delaware, mile 1/4 length, Delaware Classic handicap on October the 5th. Finished second by 3.5 lengths. He had no match for second best that day. Then Delaware, mile 1/4 in the Derby on September 2nd. 1 by 3/4 length, and fully extended. Finished third in this race last year at Churchill, behind the winner, who was also my next bet. Number 4, Valiant Boy C-Bar. 2-1 Joe Rocket Jr. last time out. Run in the Valor Front Stakes at Delaware Park, mile 16th last July the 6th. 1 by 5 lengths. He had a mile and was ridden out that day. Won this race last year here at Churchill, mile 16th on June 15th. He angled out and drew off clear that day. Another impressive one. Then Delaware mile on Offshore Claimer. 1 by 2 lengths. He had a bid between, he was driving. So I'm going to go with this one here. This horse actually did start his career in France. So going with this one to count my bets. Race number 10 from Churchill Downs. The UAE Cup. I'm going to go with the 3-4. Good luck to all.